Deadwax. What's up, all you Yvonette Niages, and welcome to the Deadwax Show with Waffles and the Stooge. Get out of the groove and get into the Deadwax. I'm Waffles, and I'm joined as always by my big brother and best friend, the Stooge. Stooge, how are you, my man?
Waffles, you wouldn't believe it if I told you. I am doing fantastic. I guess you would believe it.
I would believe that, yeah. You're acting like I think you're always doing horrible or something like that.
I mean, we'll get into it, but I
We'll
just
get
had
into
probably one of the most incredible weeks of my life.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to say it. It's like top 10 week of my life this past week. So,
Yeah.
it was a doozy. I'll tell you that much. So,
Giving the
about
people a
yourself?
little bit of taste. I'm doing
Yeah.
great. I am also
doing
exhausted
great?
from this week. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
I actually think you would be surprised if I ever wasn't doing well. Do you know what I mean? Like if you were like, "Hey Chris, how are you?" I'd be like, "Not too great, man." That's when you would know, "Oh my gosh, like the family's dead, someone's been murdered." Like that'd be horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, I'm doing great.
Yeah, you power through most things. So
Exactly. This morning I mixed a mango monster with one of the new raspberry lemonade Mountain Dews. So the mix of those two,
did it make napalm?
I'm
Mustard
ready
gas.
I'm ready to either fight God or become him. Yeah. So that's
what superpower do you have now? Can you read minds?
You can tell I'm actually not on a chair. I am levitating. Yeah. I am Professor X. Yeah. How funny would it be if that's the story of the X-Men?
What number am I thinking?
69.
Oh my gosh. You've got the superpower.
Was that actually it?
Yes.
You're always thinking of 69. That's the thing. It's not that hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that hard. Yeah.
It's not that hard. Yeah. Well, not yet. Anyway, so
you're not yet.
He gave us a taste. He gave us a taste.
I mean, we're a minute in already. I don't know why you're not. Am I like?
I mean,
do I need to like trim up my beard a little bit more or something? What is that? What's that doing?
You're
it for
perfect.
You? Is it the
hat? I was gonna make a joke, but we'll stop. We'll just stop there. Congratulations, everybody. You got to endure a joke that was going in a scary direction.
A very dark direction.
Very well. I mean, it's gonna be dark.
Yeah.
But it's been brought into the light. Like Stooge said, it has been an exciting week for him. And so I'm going to preface this episode by saying we got some good stories. It's going to be very wild. Before we get into the stories, though, Stooge, before we give them the meat, what's our appetizer? Our little appetizer for what new records we have.
Just going to give him the tip then? Not the meat?
Yikes.
So we gotta do pickups.
Tri-tip
right?
is what exactly. He's referencing tri-tip.
Don't get me started on tri-tip. Tri-tip is so good.
I was so worried you were gonna say something bad about tri-tip. I was like, I love tri-tip. Yeah.
Yeah, tri-tip is delicious. It's one of my favorites.
Me too.
I grew up on tri-tip.
I was about to be like, those who have lived in California know that tri-tip can be one of the best things on the planet. So I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it.
Tri-tip sandwich, definitely invented by God.
Oh, for sure. Phil's Barbecue in San Diego has the best tri-tip I've ever had in my entire life. Melts in your mouth, not in your pants. But yeah, tri-tip smacks.
Yeah, it does.
We're gonna we're just gonna have a meat episode of the Deadwax Show. We're just talking about.
I'm
meat.
down.
And honestly, yeah, we should do an
put meat in our mouths.
We eat meat. Exactly, we eat meat. Cooked meat.
And, so we're gonna lay out in the sun for an hour before the show.
Exactly. It's gonna be great. Pickups though. What sort of new records have you obtained for your collection this last week?
So I'm gonna show you a couple real quick. First one I want to share is Malibu by Anderson .Paak.
Sick.
So it's a repress just on black vinyl. This is supposed to be getting an RSD Essentials release. That's supposed to be happening for the last year though. Like they announced it last year, still hasn't happened. And the last it was supposed to come out, I want to say in April. and now it's been pushed back to like June or something like that. And who knows if it'll happen then.
Yeah.
So I got tired of waiting, so I just bought this standard black one because this is a really good Anderson .Paak album.
Yep.
I really love it. Anyone who knows Pac knows this is a freaking banger. Anyone who doesn't know Anderson .Paak, check him out and use this. I would say use this album as the gateway.
There you go.
So that's the first one I got. Rustic Records. What's up, Brian?
Just want to give a shout Records. Out. We support Rustic Records so much on this podcast. Rustic Records is the bomb. Yeah.
We mess with Rustic Records.
We're getting real rustic.
Oh yeah. And then this next one I've never thought I'd have. And if I did try to get, it would be hundreds of dollars until they just came out with a repress.
The best.
Yes, Iowa by Slipknot. Yeah. This has, this is like a an album you can play for the kids. My kids really love People Equal Shit. That's one of their favorites. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
the Heritage Anthem. Yep.
Yep. New Abortion is also one my wife likes.
Great song.
So yeah, fun listen with the family. You can put it on the old record player and sit around, drink some hot cocoa, and listen to some Iowa by Slipknot.
One more time, mother hugger.
So, I got two more I just want to share, and I got to preface this. This will be part of my story. I got to go to Amoeba this week, so I went to Mecca.
Place on the planet. Yep.
I put a little message in the wall, a prayer to the vinyl gods to bless me with the Apollo 13 OST. Does it count if I tell my secret? They should really put that there. That would be really cool.
That'd be hilarious.
Had a wall that could put messages.
At the
sacrilegious,
old Amoeba,
maybe offensive, but still cool.
At the old Amoeba, they used to put gum all over one of the walkways from the parking lot. That was like a rite of passage. So there was like a wall of disgusting old gum. That was rad.
Nice.
Anyway,
so I went to Amoeba. And I'll give you the full recap and thoughts and everything.
Wait, real quick. Tell us for those who don't know, what is Amoeba?
Oh, Amoeba is like Mecca. Like I said, it's like one of the biggest record stores in all of the world. Okay, it's the biggest in the world. Mm-hmm. They measured it. Guinness came out, and so did Jesus. And they're like, yes, this is the biggest store. The Lord blessed it like this.
How do I do this every week with you? I don't know.
And then Moses showed up. And he parted the doors, and everyone went in and started
look at that
buying records
and
and stuff.
So glad I asked.
So, true story.
Okay, really quick, since you didn't answer it, Amoeba is a series of record stores throughout California that are known for being the biggest record stores in the world. There you go.
Thank you. Very good. Yes.
Show us.
Yes. So, first thing I want to share, I got a single. I want to preface this. My pickups from Amoeba, probably no one's gonna really care for them or like them. Some people go there, they spend like
look at our show, dude.
They go
nobody cares.
They spend like $200 and like, oh, I got this super cool thing. I got this other super cool thing. I bought a single called Akron, Ohio. It's got a single on one side by Devo, and on the other side it's the Black Keys, because both of those bands are from Akron, Ohio.
See,
they're putting something in the water there, so they have this little single that they put out, and we only made 200 of these.
Oh, cool. That's way cool.
Yeah. So I was really excited to get this one. It's been in my Discogs want list for a while. If you try to get this on Discogs now, I think like the lowest one's like 45. I got this for
that's crazy
for a single. And I paid $30 for this. It's a lot for a single. But it's the Black Keys.
You're still saving. And it's the Black Keys, exactly.
Yeah. And then the other thing I bought there, once again, this is totally a Stooge thing. Everyone's gonna look at this like, what? Like, who cares? I served my mission in Korea. I lived in Korea for a couple of years. So I kind of have a thing for Korean records. And this artist, her name is Moon Ju-ran. I'm not familiar with her at all. I just know because I've looked it up and it was on there. And it's like, 70s, 80s style Korean folk music. That's the best I could describe it. So most people, if I put this on, they'd be like, what the hell is this? But I put it on like, oh, I'm back in Korea, kind of.
Oh, that's sweet. I love that. Yeah.
So I'm really happy to find this record. But these are the only two things I picked up at Amoeba. I didn't even get like a sticker. I was there for 2 hours too. I'll get into it later. But those are my pickups. I'll get into it later. Go on. What about you?
I've only been to one Amoeba, and I didn't even buy records because I didn't have like a way to transport them safely, so I had to buy CDs. This was years ago, and it was the awkward like looking through records, be like, I would give anything for this. I have no idea how to get it home, so I'm just not gonna buy it. Yeah,
That's too bad, man. I'm sorry.
Rest in peace. I got a bunch actually. It was one of those weeks where like a lot of things came in, but just it was like a perfect storm of timing. So
You
the
got a
first,
buttload of records.
I
Did
got
you say you got
I got
a plethora of
I would
pickups?
say an ass load of plethoras precisely. So first off, every record you see behind me just came in this week. these
Oh my
eight
gosh,
these
you have
eight
a
are brand
problem.
new. So these six are all from the band Harm's Way, one of my favorite bands. They're a great hardcore band. They play metallic hardcore, which means it's like metal mixed with hardcore, so it's way heavier than normal. But a dude on Facebook was in a little bit of a financial struggle and needed some quick cash. So he sold me these 6 records for $90, which is a killer deal. That's only $15 a record. So
Yeah, that's pretty
I
good.
instantly got turned in a couple of pre-orders, canceled those babies, then got all these puppies. So that's awesome. This is the Architects album, and this is a Counterparts album. I got this one at Graywell yesterday, and then this one just in Amazon. But the ones to show off. Like my older
Let's see
brother,
them.
I also got Iowa.
Nice.
Perfect album.
Iowa Brothers.
Iowa Brothers for sure. In fact, I put a poll up on Instagram about do people prefer the self-titled or Iowa, and it was literally neck and neck the entire 24 hours. It was crazy. Self-titled did eventually win at 53%. So same thing. It was.
Did you use your personal your hack accounts to?
Yeah, so I used all of my Finstas, and basically I tipped the scales. Anyway, Iowa. Nice. If you've ever listened to any kind of metal, that is past 1999, Iowa was heavily influencing that. So there you go.
And here's the thing: even Stooge, who doesn't traditionally like hard metal stuff a whole lot.
Oh yeah,
I mess with Slipknot. So
seriously, like that's the thing about Slipknot is that Slipknot is one of those bands that we can all unite upon because they were so good.
They're about as far as I go though.
That's totally fine. Slipknot rules. In fact, I heard this argument made that Slipknot is Metallica for the generation after Metallica, because they were that metal band that pushed so far into the mainstream and got so many people into metal. So there you go. Okay. Another thing, so funny. Where'd you get your Iowa from, by the way?
Who are you trying to get me in trouble for?
No. I'm genuinely curious because mine comes with the story.
Well, I'm gonna get canceled now. I bought mine on Amazon.
Oh, same. I got mine from Amazon.
Oh, okay. Too. Yeah. All right, we're canceled. So I got mine from.
Hey, look at that.
Canceled, bros.
Fist it. Whoa.
Fist it.
Shit.
Yeah. Fist it. Yeah.
I would love for you to just keep using the phrase "fisting it" over and over and over again. So another thing I got this week is a 7-inch by Prince Daddy and the Hyena. We all know how much I love this band. But the story is that I got both.
That's a band.
Yeah. Prince Daddy and the Hyena.
That's what you started. Interrupt your chain of thought. Yeah.
I got this 7-inch and the Iowa record from Amazon. The Iowa record came in a mailer, in a cardboard mailer. This did not. This wasn't even sealed. They just put this in the bag that the mailer was in. So it had no protection whatsoever. And I was it's fine.
Dirty ass record.
Turned out fine. But like I was
gotta use protection, Amazon.
You don't want the problems that don't.
Venereal diseases.
Did you just come up with that? That is so funny. Everyone, the Deadwax show is dead. We are now venereal diseases. That is so funny. Oh my gosh, dude. That's so clever. The amount of jokes you could make with that too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where did all of our money go? It's gonorrhea. Anyway, one last thing that we can move on is this album was actually really big deal. They sold out in about 45 seconds. This is a live album by the band Thursday. We all know I'm a huge fan of Thursday. I talk about it a lot. But,
I like Friday better, but go on.
What are you, Rebecca Black? Anyway, so Thursday's live album. This is their album Full Collapse, when they played it all the way through live. And they've never put this on vinyl before, so it was a big deal. But they only made, I think, 400 of these, 500, on 3 different variants. And all the variants were gone in just a few minutes. The first variant I got for a buddy, which is the rarest one, they only made 100 of them, was gone in 30 seconds. This one was gone in about 1 minute. The other one's gone about 2 minutes. They started already reselling for hundreds. So very happy that I have this because I adore this band. I've listened to this album already a bunch of times because I love Thursday, and then hearing them live is really fun. I got to see Thursday for the first time live last year with our friend Ray, and it was a very, very like special experience to be able to see Thursday live. So, and they didn't play on a Thursday, Stooge. They played on a Wednesday. Isn't that lame?
They played on a Wednesday?
Can you believe that? Thursday played on a Wednesday. Yeah. Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Anyway, so all of those records behind me and those ones I just showed are all the newest editions.
Yep. And why you were broke.
Yep. Don't disagree to that.
Yeah. No, we should start doing.
We
should start playing the lottery.
Just in
That'd
general.
be a good idea. Yeah. And then if we hit the jackpot, then we don't have to worry about money no more. Like Forrest
Gump. What I would do if I won the Forrest Gump? You just put that in my head and it just stuck there so strongly.
You would marry
the joke's
Jen
dead.
A.
The joke's dead. Joke's dead. Yeah, I'd marry Jen A. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
I may not be a smart man.
Yeah,
that's
Forrest Gump. Okay. Lieutenant Dan, and then that's the whole movie. Like this, it's basically the whole movie. So there you go.
Yeah. Great movie.
Stooge, you are dying to tell us about your week, and I want us to move into that. So let's hear. Let's hear.
My goodness. So, like I said, top 10 weeks of my life this past week. It has been a crazy whirlwind of events. So I'll start us out. Just kind of a synopsis, a spoiler, if you will. I saw the Black Keys twice last week in concert. Mm-hmm. 2 times in super small, intimate settings. Some of you might be aware of that if you follow me on social media. I've posted some things about it. But I got to tell you, this is the kind of craziness that happened going in, that made it, the events that transpired to lead me to me seeing them twice. I can't even talk.
Anyway, excited you are. Yeah.
So last week, the Black Keys announced that they were going to be doing a Dropout Boogie show at the Troubadour. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep, good job.
The Troubadour, it's like a venue/bar in LA. The following week, it's kind of like a small concert for their Dropout Boogie album coming out, and I was like, oh shoot, that'd be awesome if I can go to that. So I spoke with my wife, who is the best person ever. I've got to put her over. She's the best, the greatest.
We love Jess.
It's not a competition, but I won, I would say, when it comes to wives. So she's like, yeah, if you can get tickets, she's like, yeah, we'll make it so you can go. Because she understood how special this would be. Because normally when you go to see the Black Keys these days, it's an arena show. So, and they're expensive as hell. So if you wanted to sit front row or close to the band, you're paying hundreds of dollars, just to have those seats. But for us plebes who pay normal or lower prices, we will pay, we will sit somewhere nosebleeds. It's like, yeah, that I can tell that's Dan. Don't know what he's doing, but
he's the singer.
Dan.
Yeah.
And then that's Patrick, because that person's behind the drums. Yep. I know that. And it looks like that person's wearing glasses too. So that's Patrick. That's how far away you are. Yeah. It's still a good time, but it's just not the same as being right up there close and personal. And anyways, so Monday rolls around, the morning of the ticket sales. Tickets go on sale Monday. The show's on Wednesday, 2 days later, just so you know how last minute and how close these things were together. And so I'm still not sure if I'm going to be going at all. So luckily I'm a member of the Lonely Boys and Girls Club that Black Keys have. So I got access to their pre-sale code. So I'm like, all right, this is going to be my opportunity, pre-sale. I had the code ready. And I was just sitting there waiting for the time to start so I could, press refresh and go and try to get up. So time comes. I think it was 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. one of the times, and I start going. I start entering in the information that's required. Put the pre-sale code in. I go to next, And then they're like, oh, you need to log into the ticketing service.
Oof.
I'm like, never have done
That
it
always
before. So
gets you,
I
yeah.
don't have an account, and I couldn't have gotten there before the pre-sale code. Or at least I didn't know how to.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to create an account frantically. And by the time I create an account, I put the number of tickets in that I need, which is 1, because I'm a lonely boy. It's not just a gimmick. I push next.
Yeah.
And when I get to the next screen, tickets are gone. They're like, sorry, the tickets for this sale are gone. And it had been less than 5 minutes.
That's
and
rough.
So actually, you know what? It was less than 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, damn,
Yeah.
I'm not, that's it. That was my shot, pre-sale. There's no way, that's, I basically given up then,
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get tickets when it goes to general public sale. So I wasn't even going to try, to be honest. But then, so I'm bummed out for like an hour or two, just like, this isn't going to happen, whatever. Then the general sale is coming around, and I get an email from the Troubadour ticket service, and they're like, hey, general sale's going on sale soon. It's just a generic email, I'm like, what the hell? Might as well try again, just to try. And so the time comes. It's like 11 a.m. or maybe it was noon. I can't remember. And the time comes, I start doing it again. I don't need a pre-sale code. I just hit refresh.
Yeah.
The page opens. Because I already created an account, I was already in. So that was a benefit for me. And then I put the one ticket and I hit next. And what happened is the page started to load. It just said processing and it had the spinning wheel. And that went on for like 5 minutes. And I'm nervous because I'm like, I don't know. Do I refresh? Do I just wait for this to happen to see if it'll actually go through? You're panicked. You're nervous. You don't know what to do. So finally, after about 5 minutes, I'm like, what the hell? I'm just going to refresh it. I refresh it, and it says like error 404, page did not load. I'm like, oh, damn it, that's it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, it's not official. Let me just go back and see. I went back. I was able to get back to the main homepage, put in one again, push next, and it went through. Like it went to where it needed to go next.
Yeah,
where I
could
put in my payment information.
Yeah.
And then I was able to check out. And I couldn't believe it. I had gotten a ticket to the show. I didn't think it was going to happen. I got the ticket. I went onto the forum on the Lonely Boys and Girls Club, and what had happened for some people, I think they got bogged down with all the people trying to get it.
Oh, okay.
I saw 1 or 2 other people put like, I went in, I selected my ticket, and then when I pushed next, I just got processing. It said processing, and I didn't want to refresh it.
Okay.
And so I think a lot of people maybe got stuck there thinking, okay, I just got to wait this out because it's processing. It says it's doing something, but I don't think it was.
That's the worst.
So I think everyone got stuck, and I was like, no, eventually I was like refresh and kind of was able to bypass all that jam.
Bypass all that jam.
So I got the ticket, and I was ecstatic. I couldn't believe it. Like I was gonna get to go. I was already over the moon excited. Like where you're like your adrenaline's going, and you're like super pumped, and nothing can bring you down. Super excited. And so what I did. Oh, something I don't know if I've mentioned this before on the podcast or not. I am actually on both my Vinyl Stooge Instagram account and on TikTok. The Black Keys page follows me. Like they follow me.
Follow.
So I'm able to actually, like on Instagram they follow like 50 people. I'm one of them. On TikTok they follow like 20, 30 people. I'm one of them. And they
because you're the biggest Black Keys fan on the planet.
And I'm not trying to brag. They've been following me for a couple months now.
That's humongous. No. You should brag.
This is important to the story. This is important to story. This is pertinent information. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying because I don't want to be. The Black Keys follow me. Influence.
Well, that's how I talk. So brag, go for it. Yeah.
So I every once in a while, and I'm under no delusion that it's actually Dan and Patrick running the page. So I'm not like, oh my gosh, if I message them, I'm talking to Dan and Patrick. I'm not under that delusion. Yeah. I know they got people running it. And so, but every once in a while, I'll communicate. I've been communicating with them through messaging on Instagram. I'll post a video. They'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so funny, or thanks for the support, or something like that. And I'll be like, hey, love you guys, and the Black Keys are awesome, or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, so I got my ticket, and I messaged the thing. I'm like, I got a ticket for Wednesday's show down in LA, and I'm so excited for the show, and I can't wait to see it. Just messaged it, and then I got a reply um, from the Black Keys account, and it said, "Hey, go ahead, email us your information at this email." They provided me an email, um, and we want to meet up with you at the show. And they specifically said like the marketing team or the
Yeah.
promotional team. It wasn't like I was thinking I'm gonna get meet Dan and Patrick. So they're like, send this your contact info to this email. And I was like, oh my gosh. And like this happened. They messaged me back at like 11 p.m. at night on Monday night.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be having to like, I didn't fly to LA. I drove to LA. So like the next day I was gonna have to like I drove to Vegas, and then I drove to LA the next day. So I have a lot of driving. I have a lot of long days ahead of me. So the fact that I get this email at 11 p.m. Once again, it hypes me back up. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're reaching out to me. They want to talk. They want to meet with me, And once again, not the Black Keys, but just the people who manage or somehow connect to the Black Keys. So
Yeah.
I'm super jazzed for that. I emailed them my contact info. Hey, this is Brent. The Black Keys account told me to reach out to you guys with my contact information. My email's this. My number's this. Really looking forward to the show. Person immediately responds. Same person who runs the account, and I don't want to give out names or anything like that. But they said, hey, yeah, so excited that you're able to get a ticket. We love everything that you do, supporting and posting about the Black Keys. What did she say specifically? She goes, oh, how long are you going to be in town for the show? And she also, once again, I already gave it to she. They also reiterated, here's my phone number as well. Text us when you get to the show, and we'd like to meet up with you. But how long are you going to be in town for? And so I'm like, initially, I'm like, whoa, what's that question about?
Seriously. Yeah.
So I said, well, I was planning. I replied and said, thank you for the comments on the videos. Of course, huge Black Keys fan. This is so excited for the show. I'm planning on getting there Wednesday, the day of the show, and leaving the next day, but my schedule is flexible. And so then she emails me back again and is like, great to hear that your schedule is flexible. Once again, text me, call me when you get to the show, and let's meet up. I think it'd be really fun to meet. It's like, sounds good. Awesome. So, nothing. So that was it. I wasn't able to fall asleep till like 1 or 2 in the morning because I got so hyped right before bed,
Yeah.
So Tuesday, nothing really happens. And then Wednesday morning, so Tuesday I drive down to Vegas. I got family in Vegas. I stay in Vegas. It cuts up the trip in half, 6 hours from Salt Lake to Vegas, and then 4 hours from Vegas to LA. So I wake up Wednesday morning, as I'm about to leave for LA, and I get another email from this person at the Black Keys, and she says, "Hey, keep an eye out on your emails today."
The emails.
Like, oh shoot!
Yeah.
Check the emails. Yeah. And I'm like, oh shoot, that's okay. I will. Thank you. And that was at like 8 in the morning. Nothing came until like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So I'm like checking my emails every 5 minutes throughout the whole day. I was just so excited. What's it going to be? What's it going to be?
Yeah.
She had hooked it up with passes to a show I didn't even know was happening, to the iHeartRadio Dropout Boogie release party at the iHeartRadio studios.
Yeah.
So once again, it's like, what? Now it's like, this is like, once again, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but it's a really cool opportunity. It's super awesome.
Yeah.
And I had to make plans because now I'm not just staying one night. I have to stay 2 nights, in LA, which I do, and it's fine. But anyway, so I drove down Wednesday before the show. I go to Amoeba. Amoeba is great. Amoeba is fantastic. It is overwhelming to me a little bit, just how much stuff there is there. I was there for 2 hours and still didn't really get to completely explore everything that was there. But I got what I got. I will have to say, I don't want to say disappointed, but just kind of surprised. Is it weird that I was expecting more from Amoeba when it comes to, I don't know, selection? Like, for example, I got this Korean record that I showed you.
Yeah.
This was the only Korean record that they had in the store. I was like hoping, oh, it's Amoeba.
Wow.
They've got to have stuff from everywhere, like in a plethora of stuff, you know. And they
Yeah.
only had the one Korean record. I was, there was a lot of great stuff, a lot of cool stuff. It's really cool. Everyone definitely go check it out. You'll love it. I just remember being there thinking, man, I was maybe I hyped it up too much in my mind. I was kind of expecting a little bit more. So, like I said, not disappointed, but just
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought there would be more, and but it's still great. Like I said, I'm not walking down play Amoeba. Amoeba's great. Everyone needs to check it out. If go see Amoeba if you can,
Amoeba,
especially if you're a record
please
collector.
sponsor us,
Oh yeah,
regardless of whatever
100%.
Stooge is saying. Please sponsor us.
Right.
Yeah.
I retract everything. No, still a great place. And then once I think part of it, is they're in LA, so there is probably a lot of stuff that comes in, but there's probably a lot of people there who grab it right away too. You know what I mean?
Guaranteed.
So I think even in LA, if you think there's gonna be a lot of rarer, cool stuff, even something as niche as like, oh, I want Korean records, I think you still got to play the game like you would here. You got to get there frequently, early, dig the crates, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So, Amoeba's great though. So I went to Amoeba, then I went to the concert. Once again, Troubadour is a really small venue. There's like 200 people in there. I was like 3 rows back when people were standing, just got to see them. And you're so close that, you see spit coming out of Dan's mouth. You can see the keys.
And you're just sitting there with your hands like this. Yeah.
Yeah, with my mouth open. No.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can see what he's playing, you can see what Dan's playing. And it's just so close and intimate. And like I said, the other times I've seen the Black Keys live, it was in arenas. And
of course. Yeah.
So this was just so special to be able to see them this close and this intimate. And it was awesome. It was just awesome show. Didn't get to meet up with the person who had contacted me and hooked it up with the tickets. They were super busy that night. They had a lot going on. They kind of underestimated. So that was fine. I was totally understandable. But she did say, once again, when you get to iHeart, shoot me a text or call me, and if we'll try to meet up. So that's awesome. So drive to my hotel Thursday. I got a whole day to kill, so I went to Venice Beach while I was there. Went to Koreatown, got some good Korean grub. That thing that I sent you, remember? I sent you guys that message.
The deep fried
pork
right?
cutlet. Yeah. It's called donkasu, is how they say it in Korean. It's so good, and it's Korean fast food, if we're being honest. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
But as a missionary, it's not like you're fine dining and going. Oh, I don't know what your experience was. Like we had to eat usually as cheap as we could, and what's cheap is
I had money.
The fast food. So so there's some missionaries who serve in like heavily Mormon areas, and so I don't think they ever have to buy food because they're always going to people's homes for dinner. But yeah, so that just took me back. That was also great. I was going to go check out a Dodgers game Thursday night, but I'd walked in Venice. I walked around for like 2-3 hours there.
Oh yeah.
It was a sunny day. I think it zapped me. And so by the time, 6 o'clock rolled around, 6 o'clock came and the game was at 7, and it was already going to be like a 2-hour drive to get to my hotel because LA.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I think I should just go home. Plus, I'm going to have a late night the next night because I was going to be driving from LA to Vegas after the show on Friday night. That's a 4 or 5 hour drive depending on traffic.
Yikes.
So I'll just go back to my hotel, catch up on some sleep, which I did. I'm super grateful I did. So Friday rolls around. I actually worked on Friday a little bit. I do have a job. I worked my job.
I do have a job.
I do work. I have a job.
I
have a family too. So once again, got to give a shout out to the wife holding it down at home while I'm out, just living it up in LA.
With your boyfriends, Dan and Patrick. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, so evening comes. I drive to the iHeartRadio studios. I was actually one of the first people to get in line. I was like in the first 15. And when they opened the doors, once again, it was general admission, just like the other show. Mm-hmm. So I go in and I'm able to get a spot right in front of Dan against the guardrail. Like I literally could not be any closer. And throughout the entire show, he was like, no more than 10 feet away from me.
It's so
The
sick.
stage, their stage is maybe 3 feet high. You know, it's so. Once again, it's just getting to watch him play that close is incredible. You get to see, like, you see what he's strumming and how he's picking and the different chords he's hitting and all the little nuances he puts into his playing, and you're like, whoa, like you hear extra things that you normally wouldn't
Yeah.
hear. And I'm so close to them that the music I'm hearing is actually what's coming out of his amplifiers and not what's coming over the PA system, you know?
Yeah.
So that's
It's so
another
cool.
really cool thing.
Yeah.
Not that I think like it's super better or something like that. It's just kind of cool.
It's
You're hearing the
interesting.
music
Yeah.
as it's coming out. And once again, so close to Patrick that I'm hearing his drums. I'm not hearing, once again, I can hear it on the PA, but I'm hearing it because it's
Yeah.
closer to me. The speakers were actually, like, for the system, were right above me. So the one thing that was kind of a struggle was hearing Dan, because the music's so loud that his voice is drowned out so much, and because the volume of his voice is starting above
It's
me and
above
going
you.
back,
Yeah.
I don't hear it as well, which is okay because
Yeah.
I was singing my heart out anyways.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks
They
because
can
when I
hear
go back,
you. Yeah.
when I go back and watch my videos of that I took, my lousy singing voices. It's not even a singing voice. It's like me, like it's like a cry sing. Oh, gold on the ceiling, like just so sad and sounding, but it's just because you're so happy and
Yeah.
emotional.
It's so funny because how relatable that is. That is so
So
relatable. That's hilarious.
yeah. Anyways, so that concert, once again, just I liked that one even better than the first one because I got to be so close. It was a really
Yeah.
cool setting, being at the iHeart Studio.
Seriously.
Once again, like 200-ish people, and just an amazing experience. Just I something I never thought I'd get to do. I never thought I'd get to
Yeah.
see the Black
Seriously.
Keys in that kind of intimate of a setting
And
once,
honestly,
let
you
alone
probably never
twice in
will.
1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I don't know if
probably
I
never
ever
will
will
see that
again.
again. Yeah.
So show was great. They nailed it. It's so awesome to see them live. Like this new album that they got, it's good and everything. It's a fuzzy, crunchy rock and roll blues album. But when you're actually there live, I don't know, I think they up the crunchiness. So it's even
Yeah.
like
It's
harder,
extra crunchy. It's extra
It's
crunchy.
extra
Yeah.
crunchy, and it hits harder, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So after the show, the person from that emailed me and hooked me up with tickets, she actually texted me, and we got to meet briefly for like 2 minutes, because she came down and found me, and she was super nice. I
Okay.
gave her a thank you card. I prepared a thank you card because, like, honestly, this is
Yeah.
one of the
Seriously.
coolest, nicest thing anyone's ever done for me, and let alone it's a stranger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A complete stranger that didn't have to do anything for me.
Yep.
So I gave him a thank you card, chat with him briefly, and it was great. It was great. Awesome experience. As I'm leaving to go back to my car in a parking lot after the show, just completely like high on euphoria and all that stuff, and the endorphins and what's the and the weed residue. And no, I'm just kidding.
THC.
She the person, she texted me and she said, "Oh, that was so nice of you to
Thanks for the THC. Yeah.
that was so nice of you to get me the card. I'm glad you enjoyed the show." She said, "Go ahead and send me your home address. I'm going to send you something special." So that hasn't come yet, because once again, this was just like 2 days ago. But yeah, I'm curious as to what that will be, and
It's a
I
lock
know
of Dan's
that
hair.
person's. I know.
It's a lock of Dan's hair. I'm calling it now. Everybody watching, witness this moment. It is a lock of Dan Auerbach's hair. Okay.
So yeah, so we'll see what happens, and I know that person's not watching or listening, but I just gotta say a big thank you to that person, and to my wife for holding it down here at the house so I could go live out an adulthood dream. And it was just the sequence of events that transpired for me to have the week that I did is just, it was just incredible, and
Yeah.
I just so lucky, just I can't believe I got to do what I got to do this past week. So it's been cool. Even this person, even reached out to me on Saturday as I was driving home from Vegas to Salt Lake City, and she's like, "Hey," because I posted some of my videos, and she's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
do you mind sharing some of those videos with me? We might be able to use some, and if we
Oh
do,
my
we'll give you credit."
gosh,
So I
dude.
sent some of my videos to them as
Yeah.
well. So, um, yeah, so it seems like I have a cool new friend who, you know, sometimes works the Black Keys. So
And
that's
that friend is called the Black Keys. Yeah.
no,
You are friends with the
didn't get
Black
to meet the Black
Keys.
Keys or nothing like that, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
You know what they say? They have the phrase "never meet your heroes," and so part of me makes me hesitant to meet people that I enjoy because of that. Maybe you'll meet them and they're
Stooge, we
complete
had
a
Brody
holes.
Walker on the show. I'll be
That's
the
true. Roddy
first to
was
say,
cool guy.
meet your heroes.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, it was honestly, like I said, one of the coolest weeks that I've ever had.
Seriously.
So
That's way cool, dude.
yeah.
I
So
love it. And the
yep.
same thing, like, what an experience that you'll probably never have again. And also, like,
Yeah.
didn't have before. Like you said, the Black Keys have been playing arenas and very large shows. Oh my gosh, since what, like 2009? Like, it's been a hot minute since they played club shows. So that
Yeah.
is so sick. Good for you, dude.
It was really sick. Really cool.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. I
Um,
bet you did. Yeah.
yeah. How about you? I know. I'm sorry. I've been talking for the last 20, 30 minutes,
That's
but
okay.
you went to a pretty cool show yesterday,
Yes,
didn't you?
mine's not nearly as exciting. So everybody, please put your expectations very low right now. Um,
They were low for mine too. Don't worry. I didn't really.
they're just low whenever they start our show.
Yeah. That's the way to go
There
into it.
is a venue in Salt Lake City known as Kilby Court. It is the longest running all ages venue in Salt Lake City. And for most independent artists, it is infamous for being like a rite of passage that you've played Kilby Court in Salt Lake City because it is a dump. Kilby Court is a garage in Salt Lake City down a neighborhood with Christmas lights hanging up. And that's the whole
Christmas
thing.
is dope.
Yeah.
Christmas is dope.
It is very small. So it is a garage. There's little garage doors that you can lift up, and there's a regular
Oh, they don't got
door to get
automatic door
inside.
opener.
They
don't. Got
don't.
the clicker?
It's not that nice.
Wow,
of a
it is a
neighborhood.
dump.
Yeah. But Kilby Court is like it's a dump, but in like a fun way. It's very endearing, like to go to.
Oh,
Kilby
a fun
Court.
dump.
It's a fun dump. You've had fun dumps before.
Oh yeah.
But it's a good dump. I love Kilby Court. Like it is dorky, but like in a fun way. You walk
who
down
doesn't
the
like a good
alleyway
dump?
to get exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, there have been a very large number of artists who have gotten very big who got their start playing Kilby Court, like Death Cab for Cutie, Doja Cat. Lots of rappers who started at Kilby Court. Young the Giant.
Doja Cat started at Kilby Court.
Oh yeah, like artists that have very significant followings nowadays started at Kilby Court. Built to Spill.
Built to Spill.
Like
aren't they playing here soon, or did they already play here?
Built to Spill.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe they already played.
Probably not.
One of my good friends growing up.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, like my childhood best friend, his name's Steve, like the one that got me into like Pearl Jam, Rage, Zeppelin, and all that stuff. His favorite band is Built to Spill. He's like a diehard.
Yeah.
But he's like he puts it on such a high pedestal. He loves them so much. Anyways, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Keep going.
You're fine. So Kilby Court is just this little tiny venue, but lots of artists have gotten very big from it. And most artists have a very high opinion of Kilby Court. Death Cab for Cutie will always talk about it because they loved playing there growing up. Because they opened in like, I believe 2000 is when Kilby Court opened. So it is Salt Lake City's longest running all ages venue. Anyway, a few years ago, they wanted to start doing a festival that honored the bands that like either are currently actively playing Kilby Court. So this is the one still on the rise, and the ones that are now humongous that started at Kilby Court. So that started 3 years ago. This is the third one. And they get bigger every year. So this year at the Kilby Block the Kilby Block Party is what they call it.
Block Party.
In Salt Lake City, they closed down Library Square, which is the Salt Lake City Library, and then they closed the streets around the block, because they put up stages on the street, and then they also put a stage in the middle of Library Plaza, and then the entire rest of the block was dedicated to the festival. So merchandise tents, there's art exhibits, porta potties. as far as the eye can see, like 15 food trucks. It was a big deal. And Salt Lake City, for those listening that don't know Salt Lake City, we really don't get music festivals ever. Like, it is rare. They don't happen. And if they do happen, they kind of suck. So
We get the Love Loud Festival, don't you?
we
Or is
get
that a
Love Loud,
Provo
but
thing?
is that even a festival? Like,
Don't they do it every year?
I think they've done it like 4 times, but like it's at like an amphitheater. A festival in my mind has several stages. It has opportunities to move around. It's a big deal. Anyway,
Okay,
and
sorry.
I actually think Love Loud was yesterday too. Like, I think they happened the
Really?
same day. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed it. Damn.
Anyway, and also Love Loud has yet to book an act I'm interested in whatsoever. So anyway, Kilby Block Party yesterday. It goes for 2 days. The first day was Friday. I did not attend, but Mac DeMarco was the main act who played on Friday.
Oh, Mac DeMarco.
Mac DeMarco's great. And actually, I learned from a friend that he has been living in Salt Lake City for 2 weeks just to get ready for this. So he's been seen all around downtown, just at like coffee shops and stuff, and which is so Mac DeMarco to just
He would
move
blend
to
right in Salt Lake City.
He would to just move to Salt Lake City for 2 weeks, and nobody notices.
Yeah.
But yesterday, the one I went to, Phoebe Bridgers was the main artist that played, and the tickets to this event sold out very quickly within just a few days. Even though it is several thousand tickets because you have a whole city block dedicated to it, it still is very popular. So Phoebe Bridgers, infamously, first time she played in Salt Lake City was at Kilby Court to 20 people, 20, 30 people. And now she's playing to several thousand in Library Square, which is really cool. Like, that's the point of the Kilby Block Party, is to be like, these people that are humongous started at a garage with Christmas lights with a handful of people.
You got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere. And that's why I love the vibe of this event, because it is like everybody big started off small. So keep that in mind. Same with, like, it actually goes back to your conversation, the Black Keys. Yes, they are playing arenas, but they didn't start playing arenas. They started playing places like the Troubadour. They started playing clubs. And so a lot of artists, you can never generalize, a lot of artists actually love that time period of clubs because it's so much more intimate. You get to know people. There's often a better energy. It's so
there's yeah.
Exactly. You make less money, but it is part of the life. And so at this Kilby Block Party, a lot of the bigger artists, Phoebe Bridgers, Mac DeMarco, Animal Collective, Soccer Mommy, Steve Lacy, Kevin Devine, they are playing huge stages now, but it was their thing to play small stages. So I personally saw Phoebe Bridgers, Soccer Mommy, Choir Boy I love that band, and they played it, but they're actually from Salt Lake City. So they did a whole like we've played at Kilby so many times, it's ridiculous. Like, they're like, we lived at Kilby, so we're grateful for it. But they're a Utah band who is much bigger now. Anyway, Phoebe Bridgers in the past 2 years has exploded into the music world, opening in SNL. She and Bo Burnham are great friends. She has her album Punisher was #1 for so long. So to be able to see her playing an event like this in Salt Lake City was a really big deal. And also, I love her. So it was very fun to get to see her. I've never seen her before. She's only come here a few times. So it was really, really cool. Soccer Mommy was great. Choir Boy was great. The vibe of the place was really fun. It was a very I felt very old because there was a lot of young kids. This was like a young person's music festival.
All ages.
Yeah. And it was just like the music they were playing is aimed at the younger generation. The past couple times they've done the Kilby Block Party were like older bands. Death Cab for Cutie was the headliner of the first one, and Young the Giant was the second one. So those and Built to Spill was in the second one too. But like, those fans are a little bit older. Death Cab for Cutie fans aren't exactly 15 anymore. So this was the first time that it was mainly young kids. So it was like, I felt very old being like in my late 20s. Anyway, so that was super fun. It was super cool.
Old,
ancient.
Old man.
In fact, comment below if you're watching this on YouTube. Just comment hi old, hi comma old. That'd be funny.
No, just put Old Man Waffles. That we're gonna call you
Old
now.
Man Waffles. Love it.
Old
so anyway,
Man
the Kilby
Waffles
Block
over here.
Party was a super cool opportunity because something like that just doesn't happen here, and I'll probably never get to see Phoebe Bridgers play down the middle of a street ever again. And she loved it.
Know.
Phoebe had a great time. People were throwing her stuff throughout the concert, and she would tell everyone what they threw. Somebody threw her a little toy lobster, and she was just like, I love lobster. Someone threw a shirt that said, it's my birthday. Like, people just threw her stuff, and she loved it. She was very into it. So
Yeah,
yeah, man,
it's
great concert experiences.
that's what we do here in Salt Lake City, man. We just throw stuff at people.
We throw
It's
lobsters.
just
We throw lobsters at
yeah, we just
people
throw stuff.
in a landlocked state. Yeah. And just last thought on this is for Stooge's experience and for my experience, these opportunities were not free and did require sacrifice. But a big part of being a music fan is like taking opportunities when they come, because you never know if you're going to get the opportunity again, and you just might never get that opportunity again. So if something does come up and you can make it happen, go for it. Why not? You know, it might be a little bit extra money you didn't plan on spending, or I don't know, you might have to sacrifice time or scheduling, but like do stuff, man. Live in the moment. You only live once.
You know, it's cliche, dated, immature, and frowned upon, or just has a negative connotation. But YOLO really is.
It is a dead
It's
serious
truth.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
truth.
Dead ass. YOLO dead ass.
So
yeah.
YOLO. Well,
Yeah, man, take
as far as we know, it's YOLO. But you know, you could die today. I don't even want to say tomorrow. You could die today. So if you can,
So
you
go
know,
see the
enjoy
Black
it.
Keys. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
Leave your family and go see the Black Keys for a week.
Oh god. Anyway, those are our concert stories for the week.
Awesome. Are you ready to do some trivia, Waffles?
I'm ready for some trivia. I mean,
man waffles.
if it's
I'm gonna
referencing
get
a
you a
band from the
cane.
'60s, oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, I'll get you a cane.
Okay,
It'll have a sword in it too, so you can
cool.
like fight off all the whippersnappers.
Oh my gosh, not even a sword. Can I have a wand like Lucius Malfoy does?
Sure.
Thanks. Yeah, great. Pity.
All right. So this week, because I was able to go to Amoeba Records, Mecca, I thought, you know what? Let's do some trivia on Amoeba music, on Amoeba Records.
I love
There's some fun facts here that I thought we could go through, and we'll see how well Waffles knows Amoeba music, and I think everyone will learn something kind of fun here.
Love it.
Or maybe not.
Great idea.
We'll see.
Or maybe not.
We will see.
They've clicked away.
So today's trivia is about Amoeba Records, Amoeba music, whatever you want to call it. Are you ready, Waffles?
I'm so freaking ready, Stooge.
Man, Waffles.
I'm so ready.
Waffles. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. How many locations do they have?
4.
That is incorrect.
Gosh dang it.
They only got 3. You're off by 1.
I was off by 1.
Can you name which cities they have locations in?
Los Angeles. I guess is it Hollywood technically, or is it Los Angeles?
Los Angeles works.
Okay.
Hollywood
Berkeley?
technically. Yep.
And is it as far north as Sacramento?
No, don't venture too far from Berkeley.
Don't venture too far from Berkeley.
Yeah, don't make your guess too far from Berkeley.
Oakland. I don't know the third one.
That was too close. You do have to cross the bridge to get to this one. The Bay Bridge. Oh, you've never been to the Bay Area, probably.
San Francisco?
That doesn't help you at all. There you go. You got it.
I've been to the Bay Area. What the hell was
my
that?
bad, yo. My bad.
Hell was that?
My bad.
You've probably never been to the Bay Area. Look at you, Flop.
You're
landlocked
so old.
You're so old.
Over here.
Back in my day, we didn't have automobiles. How am I supposed to get to the Bay Area, let alone cross the bridge? California wasn't even a state when I was growing up.
Anyways,
so yeah, LA, Berkeley, and San Francisco. That's sick.
There you go. You got 3 points. We'll give you 3 points for that one, okay? All right, here we go. Which of those was the very first store? Which of the locations was the very first one to open?
Berkeley.
Yeah, good job.
Oh my gosh.
You're right.
See?
What year? What year did it open?
Oh yikes! I don't even know what to guess. 19.
It's
you sound like a South Park
character. I'll give you a hint. It's older than you.
And I was born in 72, so
old man waffles.
Old man waffles.
Rabble.
What was that?
I was just making a rabble sound.
I thought you sounded like Pac-Man when he dies. Yeah.
Anyways,
okay.
All right.
The year was 1981.
No. 1990.
Oh, look at that.
Oh. What was what was the second location to open?
Hollywood, the LA one. San Fran.
San
Oh
Francisco.
my
What year?
gosh.
Can you guess what year that was?
1999.
You were close, but too late. 1997.
The 7. The
Yes,
7.
Lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7. That's crazy.
Surprised you didn't remember that one, Old Man Waffles.
I
Here
know.
we go.
I was there.
What year did the LA location open?
The new one or the old one?
The old one, when they originally opened.
2000.
So close. 2001.
Dang it.
All right. And the original LA location was on which boulevard?
Hollywood Boulevard. The Sunset Boulevard.
There you go. You got it.
The one next to Grauman's Theater.
The Sunset Boulevard.
Sunset
How about
Boulevard.
the location now? Which boulevard is it on
Oh,
now?
yikes.
Come on.
Vine.
You've already said it. You've already said it.
Oh, Hollywood?
It's on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm not giving myself that point, but that is so sick.
Yeah, it's literally on the walk.
I need to go to the new one, man. I can't believe I didn't go with you last week. Ugh.
You know? Yeah, I know. I was gonna say I
I should have. You did. I should
took
have.
the wrong week off.
Seriously.
So disappointed.
I
Dude,
know.
we would have burned the state down.
There'd be nothing left.
Which is easy to do in California. It's always on fire.
All you need is a gender reveal, and you can set California on fire.
That's how crazy we get with those gender reveals.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Question number 10.
Okay.
This artist recorded a live EP titled Amoeba's Secret at the LA location in 2007 that was also later released as a live album titled Amoeba Gig in 2019.
I have no idea.
Who was the artist? Who was the
Okay,
artist?
it was 2007.
Yes, was when they did it.
Okay.
And they released an EP.
Okay.
And then later they re-released stuff and it was a full live album. And I shouldn't say they, it was a person. That I was being a little misleading.
It was a solo artist.
It was a solo artist
Oh, okay.
who was part of a famous band before. Hints.
Those are some hints.
Those are some hints. Do you want to know which band it was? Would that help?
Yeah, but then you're like giving me the point. So
okay,
I'll let you. No, what band?
No, if you want to, do you want to give a guess before I give you the band?
No, because I don't even know who to guess.
The band was a little known band. I believe it's pronounced the Beatles.
Oh, Ringo Starr played it Amoeba over and over again. That's wild. Good for him.
Ringo. Don't you think Ringo should have like an Australian accent?
Yeah.
Ringo.
Ringo actually is not from England. He's just Australian, and he just fakes it really well. Was it Paul McSee?
It was Paul McSee.
Paul McCartney. I'm not giving myself a point, but that is so sick.
Yep, Paul McCartney. Yep.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Amoeba was a selectable venue in this video game series.
Guitar Hero?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh
Guitar
my
Hero.
gosh. I didn't know that.
Good job.
I don't think
I
played a lot of Guitar Hero growing up.
I played a crap ton of Guitar Hero.
We should find a way to get together and play Guitar Hero. That was the only good video game I consider myself good at.
I was good at it. That's how I learned how to keep a simple rhythm on the drums. It's actually that game.
That
would have been Rock Band. That would have been Rock Band. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But with Guitar
Hero
Hero
was
5,
still fun.
They came out with drums that weren't as good.
Yeah. All right, last question. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Amoeba was started by ex-employees of this Bay Area record store chain named after this Russian religious figure.
After a Russian religious figure?
Yes. He was a person, and it was a long time ago, and yeah.
Okay, so the person was
He was like a Russian religious mystic kind of guy.
Nostradamus.
No, Nostradamus goes way before this guy.
I don't know. I don't even know what to guess.
It's Rasputin was his name.
Oh, duh.
And that's the name of the record store chain.
Oh,
so a bunch of people that worked at Rasputin was like, F this place. We're going to make our own place. I don't know if that's how it went down. But yeah.
Was it called Rasputin Records?
Yeah, it's still there are still
I did not know
Rasputins.
that.
There used to be a Rasputin in Fresno where I lived. I think it's like
Oh,
a
really?
Monks now or something like that. But yeah, I've been to a few Rasputins.
That is so. I've never heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Love
yeah,
it. Amoeba, the things we learned today. That was awesome.
yeah, yeah. Of course, yeah.
Have you
So
ever watched the Amoeba YouTube channel?
no, that was going to be one of my questions too.
It
It
is
started
a
in
10 out of
2006.
mother effing 10. It is the best YouTube channel. They
They have
have
a show called
artists.
"What's in the Bag," right?
Yes. So for those who don't know, they have artists go to Amoeba, different locations, I believe, and they just let them pick up a bunch of records and then tell the people why they picked the records they did. It is so interesting to
I'll
watch
have to
like your
check it out.
favorite people to watch your favorite people explain why they love the records they do. And it's not just artists. Sometimes they have comedians, people from like TV shows, like actors. It's really cool. I've watched a
Like Bill
lot of
Cosby.
hours. Yeah, Bill Cosby's favorite album is While You Were Sleeping.
Oh my gosh, that is terrible. You're gonna get us canceled.
You got everybody. Please be proud of me for just the quickness of that.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. You had
It
that
was
one
terrible.
ready to go.
It was terrible. I'm going to hell, but it was very quick. Speaking of terrible and quick, let's do Q&A. Okay. Q&A. The name of the show is Q&A.
The last segment of the show. Not
the name of the show is Deadwax. So we got a few questions for you. For us.
Yes.
Thank you to those on Instagram who submitted these questions. You are going to heaven because we needed your help. Princess Leia. So the first question is from our friend Taylor VV on Instagram. Shout out Taylor.
VV.
Go check out our page. She's very talented. All right, Stooge. Are there any songs that have taken on a new meaning for you over the years of listening?
Yes. One specifically that comes to mind is Last Dance with Mary Jane by Tom Petty. When I was a kid, you know, I thought he was singing about his girlfriend or something like that, or his wife that died or something
Spider-Man's
like that.
girlfriend.
Yeah. Later, I came to find out it's about his crippling addiction with chocolate milk, you know? And so it took on a whole different meaning. It's like, oh, he's actually singing about chocolate milk.
Exactly.
And not some woman, you know, that I thought he loved or something like that. So
yeah,
that one definitely took on a different meaning, you know,
seriously,
after learning that. So
if you rearrange the letters to Last Dance with Mary Jane, you get Drink Your Ovaltine. It's crazy. That's
funny.
This is the dumbest show, dude. I don't know why we keep doing this.
I don't know why people. Yeah, why they keep
seriously. So my answer for this is by the band Bring Me the Horizon. They have a song called "It Never Ends." And when I was in high school,
this is the song that never ends.
There you go.
No, bro.
When I was in high school and listened to it, I was like,
the Lamb show, Lamb Chops. That's not Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Lamb Chop, that awful puppet Christian show. It was. That's what this is from.
That was a Christian thing?
Yeah, Lamb Chop was like very Jesus-y.
Oh, I don't remember that.
You were indoctrinated. Anyway, so Bring Me the Horizon says a song called "It Never Ends," and I loved it in high school. It's very fun, great breakdown. But here's just a quick little personal fact about Waffles. I have generalized anxiety disorder, but I did not know I had it till I was like an adult. I thought everybody was constantly nervous all the time. And I was like, oh, everybody gets nervous about very, very, very basic things. And come to find out, no, not everyone does. So I remember listening to that song again as an adult with anxiety. And that's actually the point of the song, is that every second, every minute, every hour of every day, it never ends. And that's what it's like to have mental illness. And it was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I thought it was just a very clever way of being like, eternity is eternity. But turns out eternity, being nervous, lasts for eternity. So there you go. It never ends.
There you go.
Yeah, I got depressing real quick. Yeah, we went from lamb chop to generalized anxiety, like many have before.
Yeah,
like many have before.
You know, another one that took on a different meaning for me was "Cut You In" by Jerry Cantrell.
Cut You In by Jerry Cantrell.
Yeah, I thought that was about like brownies or something, you know? Like they're gonna, you know, cut me in on a slice of those brownies, you know?
Yeah.
But really it's about doing cocaine.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll cut you in and we go for a ride. That was one of my favorite songs as a kid. My parents let me listen. I bought like a cassette single of that as a kid.
A
I'll
single,
cut
yeah.
you in. Yeah, let's go for a ride. I don't know. Jerry Cantrell, he's like from Alice in Chains or something like that, right? Is my
Yes.
music knowledge correct on that?
I don't know.
Anyways,
Maybe. Yeah.
so yeah, it's have you heard that song, Cut You In?
I don't know if I have.
You gotta listen to it.
It's about
And
cocaine.
then
Yeah.
and then wonder why would a 10-year-old stooge love this song so much?
Because you
It
thought it
was
was
my
about
favorite one.
brownies. Yeah, you thought it was about brownies. That's okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. The brownie song. It
Mhm.
turns out to be cocaine.
And he was specifically talking about Cinnamon brownies, and I was like, hell yeah, you
Oh,
got me
heck
in on
yeah.
those.
And I have no interest. That's why I'll probably never listen
And
to it.
so for the longest time, until I figured out it was a drug reference, whenever people came over and we were doing like brownies, I'm like, hey, you want me to cut you in?
Want me to cut you in? Yeah.
Cut you in on some of these brownies?
Next question comes to us from my buddy, The Gift of Grooves on Instagram. Please go follow Dylan.
Gift
If
of
you
grooves.
if you knew you were going to go deaf tomorrow, what is the last song you would listen to before midnight? Because assuming you go deaf right at midnight.
I gave this a lot of thought.
Yeah, you did.
And I think I would listen to The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel.
That is so clever. Oh my gosh. That is so freaking clever. Good for you, man.
That's what I would go with. Yeah.
Good for you, man. It would be the Simon and Garfunkel version.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
What other version is there?
There's the Disturbed version that got very popular.
Oh God, what?
It's not good. It's not good. I hate Disturbed, so I'm not defending it at all.
I don't hate Disturbed, but
I do.
Geez.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we've got, there's Coca-Cola. What other kind of Coca-Cola is there? Caffeine-free Diet Coca-Cola? That's not even Coca-Cola. What are you talking about?
It's brown water. Yeah.
It's worse than brown water.
Yep. Anyway, my answer for this is typical emo answer. Helena by My Chemical Romance. I'm sorry, Helena by My Chemical Romance. Because I adore that song. That song is a very big deal to me. And also, fun fact, Stooge, when I was a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, for those who do not know, for 2 years, you do not listen to anything besides church music. You're not supposed to, at least. And so for 2 years, I only listened to the Mormon Tabernacle Choir and like worship music. And if it's someone that has the personality and brain idea, I was about ready to rip my hair out after 2 years of that. So when I got home, the very first song I listened to was Helena by My Chemical Romance. And to this day, it still is one of my top favorite songs. So that was how I'd close things out with hearing. I'd listen to that and be done, which is fine.
And be done.
Just be done.
Just be done with it.
We got one more deep musical question.
One more.
This is from Zat Vinyl, Z-A-T Vinyl. On
Zat
Instagram.
Vinyl.
Give me Zat Vinyl.
It's like, is he a German listener?
Zat Vinyl.
Give me Zat. The Fuhrer wants Zat Vinyl.
Yikes. We have burned through the most bizarre topics in between our topics today. We went from Bill Cosby to the Fuhrer. What album do you wish you could go back and hear for the first time again, and why was it so important?
So the album I would go back to and listen for the first time would be the Rage Against the Machine self-titled album.
Oh, nice.
Just because that's like one of the few albums when I listened to it for the first time was just super like game changing for me. I never heard anything like it before, and I like the music style and aggression. Even though I had nothing to be angry about as a white kid growing up in a suburban town, just spoke to me for some reason. And I loved it. It there was an internal response to it. I can't describe what it is. But it was more than just listening to music. It was like, whoa, this is really badass, and I just remember listening to it thinking, man, this is so good. And then, from that day forward, I've been a Rage Against the Machine fan. So those are one of the few albums that I listened to and just distinctly remember just being blown away by how great it was. And I think, if I can go back and experience that again, dude, it's still great though. I still listen to it and thoroughly enjoy it. But there's nothing like the first time, right?
Seriously.
Anyways, that's mine. I
Love
guess
it.
yours is gonna be Frog Mallet.
Oh, it should have been Frog Mallet. Dang it. Dissection by Amphibian by Frog Mallet is my answer. Just kidding. So mine is actually Nevermind by Nirvana because first off, just phenomenal album, very important
Yep.
album. But I got that album when I was like 11. I got the CD at Target, and that was the first album where I listened to the entire thing while sitting down and reading the booklet that came with it, reading all the lyrics. And the reason was because I couldn't understand what they were saying. So I was like, I want to know what the
Yeah.
lyrics are. So I was listening, and that was the first time I had ever like sat down and analyzed music. Like I had sat down, listened to a whole album all the way through, intently, not even just hearing, but listening to the entire album, going through all the lyrics, reading all the like credits and everything. So I remember like it was yesterday seeing the overexposed picture of Kurt Cobain doing this right when you open up the CD. Like I remember being like, "Whoa, they're so edgy,
So edgy, yeah. Double
there's
fingers. He's a bad
naked
boy.
baby on the cover, and there's double fingers, yeah." So that was like huge, and then that's literally what I still do today. Is I like sit down and analyze music like crazy, and it started with Nevermind. And exact same with Rage Against the Machine though. I listened to that album and have since I was 11 actively. I still jam that album all the time because every song on Nevermind is so good. And I'll still like, as time goes on too, maybe it's this way with Rage Against the Machine. I'd love to hear your answer. As time goes on, my favorite songs on that album change. Like which songs I loved when I was 11 are not the same as which songs I love as I was 28. So is that the same for you with Rage Against the Machine?
Not really. I
Oh, okay.
I think all of them are great, but I think Freedom has just always that's my favorite
Great song.
album on the track, and I think it's always been that way just because it's got a lot of like passion. All of Zach's lyrics and the way he delivers them definitely have passion to them.
Yeah.
But just the
Passion.
emotion when he's screaming freedom, it's like a war cry, you know?
It is. Yeah.
And it's I don't think there's any other track for me that does it like Freedom does, and that's why it's my favorite.
Yeah. Love it. Okay, we've got one more question that has nothing to do with music.
Ooh.
I know. If Waffles and Stooge were on the show Naked and Afraid, who would be the first to break and go crazy?
Smash. I would say
not the Smash. Oh my gosh. Who'd be Naked and Afraid? I mean, that's us anytime we hang out. So yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what we should have named the podcast.
Naked and Afraid, the podcast. Oh my gosh.
So
who would be the first?
It depends where we're at, you know?
Okay. I've actually never watched Naked and Afraid, so I couldn't tell you what happens in the show.
It's such a good show.
Is it really? I've never watched it.
Yeah. They take a man and a woman.
They get them naked.
They take away all their stuff. They get one survival item. So it could be anything like a knife, a pot, a fire starter, whatever they may want. Cantina. They get one item. Generally, the people who get the fire starter and the knife or, a machete tend to do pretty well. Anyways, then they have to survive for 3 weeks out in the wild. And they put them in different scenarios. Like some people go to like a deserted tropical island. Some people get thrown in like an African desert.
That sounds terrible.
It is all different. Yeah. And they'll show like before and afters, like, because they're trying to find food. It's not like they can just, walk to a McDonald's and order a Big Mac,
Yeah.
Not that you'd want to do that if you're naked and afraid anyways. Just keep going until you find something that, anyways, yeah, it's a really fascinating show. Just they show survival techniques. They give people survival ratings. And
nice.
Like after the show, they'll show before after the contest, they'll do a before and after. And they usually drop like 10 to 20% of their body weight just because they're not eating and they're not drinking as much, so they get dehydrated. They lose, they burn their reserves. There's been one where most people make it, believe it or not, when I watch it.
Really?
Like, they're pretty determined. There's been a couple who haven't. I've only seen like one where the person's like, F this, I'm done with this. This is too tough. Some people will get one dude drank unfiltered water one time and got super sick, and had to be, evacuated.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Because he got some kind of intestinal, something inside him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then some other lady got something so bad too, to where after the contest was over, she had to be in a hospital for weeks recovering, So it's hardcore
Oh
and
my
it's pretty crazy.
gosh. So the
Oh, and
answer
then
is I would not survive. Stooge wins. Yeah.
no, I are you kidding me? I wouldn't survive either. If we're like on a tropical island, I'm like, yeah, I'll chill, on the beach for a couple of days. But if we get dropped off in like the African desert, I'm like, done. I'm not even gonna do
Yeah.
this.
I'm happy to be naked with you, but I don't want to be afraid with you. Do you know what I mean? Dear
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. Would you be
Oh,
afraid with me and not naked with me?
it's a good question. Yeah, clothed and afraid. That's us. Yeah.
Yeah, clothed and afraid.
Clothed and afraid. Yeah, I could not do that. That sounds terrible. That sounds miserable. Do
Yeah,
they get money? Do they get money if they win?
I don't know. I maybe
Then what's the point?
bragging rights. Survivalists. They want to be able. There's people
That's
out there
very
who
true.
love to test and prove themselves. So
100,000%. Survivalists are absolutely real.
And what's really nice about it is if something does happen,
Yeah.
I think they do get taken care of, and I think they have a response team there
Yeah.
to help them. Like they do have people there who stick around close by to film them, help film. They do get their own personal cameras where they'll film themselves sometimes, but they do have a team, a couple people
This is
there who stick
wild.
around to film them as well,
This
and
is
what they
wild.
do. So if there is a huge emergency, like someone gets their leg crushed by a rock, they'll be immediately be able to call in help and everything.
It's like the Hunger Games, but you're naked.
No, this is way
I
cooler
had a
than
Friday
Hunger
night
Games.
like that. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the last question. Naked and afraid.
Naked and afraid.
Do we ever
Check it
answer
out.
it? Do we ever answer it?
Yeah, I think we both lose. I think
Yeah.
that was the consensus we came to.
We lose and anybody watching us loses.
I would quit first, and Chris would be like, "Well, I'm sad here alone," and he'd quit too.
That is 100% what would happen. I honestly could survive just fine, but not without you. Like, I'd
Did you
hate
get
it.
your eagle? I can't remember.
Yeah, but I hate camping, so it's not like I got my eagle with a smile. Yeah.
I had worked so close to it until I was like the age of 16, and I didn't do anything for almost 2 years. I was like, I might as well just knock it out in like the last couple of months, which is what I did.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I was not big on camping either.
I hate camping.
I hate most tie knots.
I
can't start a fire.
I hate most outdoorsy things. So being a Boy Scout was misery.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you look on, I can't remember which profile it is now, but I've updated one of my profiles to say like rugged indoorsman. It's what
that's hilarious. Rugged indoorsman. That is so funny. Good for you, man. I love that.
Yeah, screw the outside, man.
Seriously. Thank you to anybody who submitted questions. You saved our bacon this week. So thank you. And please follow the Deadwax Show on social media, because that's where we ask for questions when one of us remembers to. And that is at the Deadwax Show, at Deadwax Show on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter is where we throw most of our question stuff up. But also we're just a fun follow. And
a fun follow.
Also,
fun.
We're gonna attempt more social media things, I promise. So follow us for more than just when new episodes come up in questions. There will be more. That's the thing.
Nevermore.
Stooge, any final thoughts on today's episode? No. Any musings?
Any musings?
Yeah, any musings?
No.
Okay.
I need to go muse into bed because I am exhausted still.
Yeah.
From the week I've had and all the traveling.
I think this is a good chance to wrap up and let you go muse your way into bed.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Does muse your way into bed mean that you're popular in 2010 and then nobody cares?
Sure. Let's say it does.
It's a muse joke. Anyway, so thank you to anybody who made it this far. Stooge, what is the word people should leave in the comments if they made it this far?
Dropout Boogie. By the way, if you haven't checked it out yet, Dropout Boogie. Here's a hot take. Great album. Love the album.
Yeah.
When comparing the two between that and the latest Fear of Dawn Jack White album, I think I like the Jack White album a little better.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing. I'm not going to say the Jack White album's better because, one, I'm a Black Keys simp and would never concede that. Mm-hmm. And then two, it's art. Things are just different, not better.
Yes.
So, but if I had a preference of the two, after listening to both of them thoroughly several times, I think I enjoy the Jack. Don't tell them I enjoy the Jack White album just a little bit better. But the Black Keys one is still great.
Before you were saying the Black Keys people may not listen to this, I was hoping they would. But now I'm hoping we just keep our audience.
No, it's still a great album.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I'm just saying out of the two because I don't
That's
know
fair.
they're kind of similar.
They're your two
a little
favorite
bit.
people too, so like having
Yeah.
to have those so similar.
Oh my gosh, if they were to come together to collab on a project, I cannot
Can
tell
you imagine? You'd
I
lose your
cannot
mind.
tell you. I would. Yeah, I would have to like change my pants immediately.
Every pair of pants would be ruined. All of them.
Every pair of pants
ruined.
Yeah.
Ruined. Yeah.
Yep.
Amen. And they'll play together in concert. That'd be wild too.
Oh my gosh. I think there'd be too much drama over who would be the headliner. Or
They'd be
closer.
co-headlining. Yeah. Closer. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway.
One final thought
Okay.
I have. Just take 30 seconds. So very sad news that came this last week. One of my heroes and favorite musicians passed away. His name is Trevor Sturnad. He was a singer for the Black Dahlia Murder. When the news of his death hit, it hit very, very hard. He was only 41, and that was very sad. And then a few minutes later, after announcing their death, the band put the suicide hotline onto the post about his death. It was not part of the original post, and it was very, very sad. Sad. Trevor was an absolute legend and inspired most of the death metal vocalists of the past 20 years. And he was very, very young to go through this. And it was quite shocking because Trevor was like the goofy guy. He was always funny, always laughing, always silly. And so to have this news hit, it was very hard. So I just want to finally say, if you are struggling, or if anyone you know is struggling with mental health, with anything like that, keeping that kind of stuff secret makes it 1,000 times worse. So if you don't want to talk to your friends and family about it because it's too hard, literally seek out like a therapist or something. As someone that's gone through therapy myself, if you need it, oh my gosh, please do it. Because that kind of stuff, if you are not working on it, it will get worse. So rest in peace, Trevor. You are one of my personal heroes and helped me a lot in life. And I'm going to miss Trevor a whole lot because we also look a lot alike. And it was a big deal when people would compare us. So rest in peace, Trevor. I'm going to miss you a lot in the Black Dahlia Murder. Full support of the Deadwax show. But same thing. If you are struggling, please reach out because that's an important thing to do too. So there you go. We burned through every topic in this episode. All of them. Yeah. Anything else, Stooge, before we close out?
Nope, that's it. Let's go ahead and wrap her up.
Call this a turkey sub because we're going to wrap it up. Everybody, thank you for listening. We appreciate you very much. And as always and forever, please get out of that damn groove and get into the mother-hugging Deadwax of it all. Goodbye, everybody. What's that face you're doing? Are you Brando?
Are you talking to me?
Oh, you're Robert De Niro. I thought you were like, I could have been a contender.
Are you talking to me?
Exactly. Huh? My cousin Vinny. There you go. Mm-hmm. Bye, everybody. Love you. Blah!